Hello, beautiful collective. If you are seeing this, I do trust that it's finding you at the perfect time. There are no such thing as coincidences, so you are seeing this for a reason, and either a portion of this reading or the whole reading itself will resonate for you. My name is Farrah, and I appreciate you connecting with me. So I'm starting off today with the Fool card and the Three of Wands in my initial poll. This is making me feel like you're in a space of ground zero, or you're on the precipice of infinite potential, okay? The download that I was getting is that you are as great as you think you are. And it's almost like rewiring your brain to a reality in which you are on top, even though you may not see it in the external. It's like you're waiting to see whatever this is, whatever this leap is in your external reality, have some form of a payoff. Bottom of my deck is the Ace of Swords. Okay, so this is making me feel like you're getting clarity, or there's some form of speech being involved here. Okay, this may be like positive affirmations, or this may be a way of thinking that now you are implementing into your day-to-day life, because you're in this place of, like I said, ground zero, or not having much to lose. The Fool card, it's always representative of someone who's about to begin a very long and very bumpy journey. And you may be here, you may be in the middle of this. It's going to be different for everyone, but it's almost like being at this threshold of seeing your life expand, seeing the external, like I said, reflect whatever this is that you're trying to bring into reality, whatever you're trying to manifest. And yeah, I have the Magician card underneath this, okay? So this is really making me feel like there is something that you are working on manifesting. You are manifesting your reality, possibly doing positive affirmations, possibly doing the thought work, the spiritual work in some which way, in order to bring your desired reality into fruition. I think that you may be learning that you are an infinite being, or something of that nature. Like, you really are someone who doesn't have a lot to lose. Take that if that resonates, but this almost makes me feel like you can go anywhere at this point, and you have your eyes on the prize in some which way with the Ace of Swords. But Temperance is underneath this. There is a form of balance, or there is a form of angelic support here, guidance possibly. You may be really into prayer. You may be really into doing rituals or working with the elements in some which way. That may be for some of you. But I think you really are waiting to see a payoff. You're waiting to see your life expand, because your internal is definitely shifting, okay? And I think you're realizing that you have no control of other people. You have no control of external forces, just yourself. So you are as great as you think you are. It's almost like a living in the end energy, right? Living as if you already have it. Eight of Swords, yeah. So possibly coming from a place in time where you felt very restricted. Okay, maybe you felt very alone. This could be why you feel like you have infinite potential, because you don't have any idea of where to go or how to get out of where you currently are. So you're just sort of like, whatever, I'm just going to try whatever I feel like I want to, because it's almost like if you're going to burn it all down, you might as well do the thing that's scaring you the most, right? If you are at ground zero, you don't have anything to lose. But I assure you that on the Eight of Swords, she does have a way out of this. This is a self-imposed restriction here, okay? So I feel like, though this is in the past for this collective, I don't think that you're currently experiencing this. And if you did, then you are like just getting out of this, right? Like, if you are still in the Eight of Swords, this is confirmation that you're getting out of that solitude. You're getting out of that restrictive period. Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of this deck. Like, there's no doubt in my mind, you're going to find your footing. You're going to find the stability. You're going to reach this place of status. You're going to reach this place of change, because of whatever sort of manifestation you're doing, or reprogramming of the brain, whatever your belief systems and your thoughts are at this time. They really have a lot of weight to them. They really are working, because, like I said, it's almost like you're realizing that you have nothing to lose. You are this fool. You are the fool on the fool's journey. But I think you're recognizing that the way that you've been speaking to yourself your whole life, or the way that you've been judging yourself off of your external reality, it's no longer aligned with you. It's not you. Like, I'm really getting the message that you are recognizing that you have infinite potential because you are an infinite being. You know, you are a human being, not a human experiencing, not a human doing. You're just taking the physical form of your soul. Like, this is like very deep. I just feel like this is a very deep message for someone who's recognizing that it's almost like you're in a simulation, or this life is a game. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so you could really be working on your money though. Okay, but this could also tell me that Knight of Cups underneath this, but I'll get to that in a second. But this is really telling me that you are reaching this point where you could see yourself in the full like manifestation of the Queen of Pentacles, but right now you're at the Page of Pentacles. Okay, you are building your life, you are building these blocks in order to sit in this chair, but you're already sitting in this chair as this Page of Pentacles. Like, I really do feel like you are living in the end in some which way, because you're realizing if you act and feel as if you are the Queen of Pentacles as the Page of Pentacles, you're going to get there overnight. It's like that may be the answer to getting you out of this self-imposed restriction, is living in the end, manifesting it, manifesting yourself out of that reality, manifesting yourself out of that thought pattern, that idea, that honestly like trap of an identity that you've given yourself. And there may be resources coming in. There may possibly be a significant apology or a conversation with a loved one. This could be romantic, this could be platonic. Take whatever resonates, but I feel like this is going to bring you clarity that regardless of what this individual says, this may have been something that you've been waiting on for a very long time. Like, this may be a message that you're like, I really can't wait to hear back from this person, or I really am hoping that this person comes in to communicate with me and tell me something, and then they do, and it doesn't have as much of an impact as it would have had on you if you didn't do this spiritual work. It's like, because you were seeing yourself as the page for so long, this Knight of Cups communication or their message would have had so much more gravity to you. It would have been so much more valuable. But now that you're the Queen of Pentacles, you know your worth. So the gravity of this message, it's much less of a determining factor of your value. Okay. Very interesting message. Like, I really feel like you're realizing that you are as great as you let yourself think you are. And I just got an Instagram notification. I don't even use Instagram, but maybe this is going to come through like an Instagram DM or over social media, a specific message or an idea, or you're learning through the internet how to do this sort of work. But it's really paying off. It really is. Card flew on the floor. We have Reminiscing. This came out in my last collective reading, and I just feel like this is you looking at the past. This may be this past individual. Okay, this may be the message coming in from a past person. If you're waiting to hear back from a past person, I do feel like you will. But there's something about looking at old photos. That could be that Instagram that says looking at old photos. That could be that Instagram message for some people. Maybe you need to clean out your Instagram, or you're reminiscing on it. You're looking back at old posts that you've made or old versions of yourself. It's almost like you're a completely different person than who you were like a week ago. It's like you are spiritually upgrading at rapid speed because you're changing your thoughts, because your thoughts, they dictate your reality. Your perception is your reality. But I feel like the past is no longer having a hold on you. It's almost like you are in that Three of Wands, infinite expansion, infinite potential sort of energy. You have Confused and Call that flipped out upright. These other two were not upright. So I feel like this is saying to me, the actual message, a call coming in or a conversation coming in, okay, whoever this Knight of Cups is, excuse me, it's going to confuse you that you're not as swayed by it. Like I was saying, like you really are not as taken back because you put yourself on a higher plane. Okay, you almost see yourself as someone who deserves and demands more respect, or you're not at their beck and call, okay? And it's funny because underneath that Knight of Cups was the Temperance card again. So there is this message of really finding peace, finding balance and harmony with angelic support, with the support of your guides, and knowing that you don't have to look for the peace outside of you. Like, this really is a lot of internal work being done here. And at the bottom of my deck is decisions. Okay, so choosing where to go from here, choosing what steps to take next. It's almost like there may be a void inside that you were experiencing, and you're filling this void with positive thoughts. You're filling this void with the knowingness that you are whole and complete as you are. Like, this is massive spiritual work that you're undergoing and doing. Let me get some final messages here. But this is confirmation that you're going to hear back from that person if you have been waiting for that person. Hold on. We have lobster with financial pinch. Yeah, that's definitely part of this. The money, the money probably plays a big role in your self-worth and your value. Okay, the money is probably a reality. It's a reflection, of your internal reality. So if you keep telling yourself that you're broke, it's almost like your finances are going down. Like, this really is about manifestation. This really is about self-talk and self-love in some which way. Broken wishbone, your wish will not be granted. So disappointment in the past, I think from a past person or a past situation, or even disappointment within yourself that you weren't able to do something, or you weren't able to take those necessary steps moving forward to release yourself. But I see you doing that now. Or you may realize that what you once wanted in the past is not what you want any longer, because I feel like you're just changing. I feel like you're just growing. Your self-worth doesn't rely on others' opinions or other people's words, okay? And we have Jug, a lighthearted and carefree time. And this always reminds me of the Temperance card, which is really funny because this is at the bottom of my deck. So there really is something about you not putting the pressure on yourself. I think you've reached this point where you are your own compass, where you respect yourself, you love yourself, you are as great as you think you are. You're realizing that the thoughts and the emotions that you're feeding yourself and ideas, they have a life form. They live in you, so it's almost like every single day, if you tell yourself that you are unworthy, you're not going to look for opportunities that make you feel worthy, because you live at the plane of existence where you're unworthy. And you're recognizing, like I said, that you are an infinite being with infinite potential. And at the bottom of this deck, it says arrow. It says you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. And that's exactly what I see. It's just like, whatever sort of clarity, whatever this Ace of Swords is, it's completely changed the game for you. It's completely shifted your whole entire mindset. And it's this, the sun keeps coming in and out, in and out, in and out. So it's almost like you are holding this thought, but it's a wavering thought right now. Okay, like I said, you are at this Page of Pentacles stage, sitting in the Queen of Pentacles chair. So you're not exactly where you want to be. That's why you're waiting, okay? But you will be very shortly. And that's going to come in once you fully commit and decide to operate at the frequency, okay, of the Magician. That's when you completely let go as the Fool. 0 to 1. Progression. You're moving along. You absolutely are. Things are balancing out, and you're absolutely on the right path. Okay? So this is profound, and I think this is going to reach a collective of people that feel this inside of them. No doubt in my mind. But this is pretty much where I think I'm going to leave it today. This was powerful. So if this resonates with you, I'm very happy that this has found you. As always, I do appreciate you connecting with me. Feel free to drop a comment, a like, a subscribble if you'd like to. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.